We have some progress, an update on the Samurai Carpenter workbench build, and the shop is a heck of a lot cleaner. All coming up right here, so stick around. Well, hello everyone. Today is Sunday, July 16th. Welcome to another edition of Shop Talk. My name is Mike and I'd like to welcome you to my workshop. So what's been going on this week? Well, if you follow me on Instagram, you may have noticed that I've been spending some time out here in the workshop. That's right. My beautiful bride has been so motivating and helping me get out here to kind of get the shop cleaned up, and the place is looking so much better. It's been a wreck for the last several months. Haven't really had a lot of time to get out here. I've been so tired when I get home from work. Just, you know, one excuse after another, but I've got a lot going on in my life outside of the workshop and work and everything. So fortunately, this past week we spent several evenings out here kind of cleaning up, as well as last Saturday and this past Saturday, and the place is really looking a lot better. It's getting a lot more organized. Still work in progress, kind of figuring out where everything's going since I moved in here. Been moving some things around, and the Samurai Carpenter workbench that Mike Walls and I started on last summer had really been on standstill almost entirely since last summer. So sold the table saw, of course, and created some open space, and I recognized an opportunity to go ahead and get the Helix bird cutter head installed in my planer, which I updated you on last week, and kind of got a ghetto setup as far as where the planer's sitting right now. It's not in its permanent home. However, I have realized that when I go to build a stand for the planer, I need to make sure I get the height just right so I can use my assembly table as my outfeed, and I'll show you that here in just a minute. So far it's working great because yesterday my wife helped me push a couple of the bench tops through the planer, and the outfeed worked really well, so I decided to try it today. In fact, I went live on Instagram for just a few minutes, and some of you may have joined me, but it didn't work out so hot because my high-speed internet, I'm on a budget high-speed out here thanks to Dave Ramsey, and it doesn't really extend out here in the shop, and I've not gotten a chance to run cables out here. So anyhow, long story there, but basically that was kind of a fail. I know a few folks popped in there and saw me working on these bench tops up. I did manage to push the other two tops through the planer and get them kind of rough dimensioned. I'm not looking for final dimensioning right now, just trying to smooth off the edges, get the glue knocked off, and I was successful in doing that, and I'll show you those here in just a minute. But yeah, the shop is looking a lot better, and I know everyone has the same feeling I do when they come into a clean shop. It's very inviting. You want to get out here and you want to get started working on something. So I was able to get this back countertop cleaned off. Also my hand tool, the workbench under my hand tool cabinet, my Wood Whisperer hand tool cabinet, it's all nice and clean, ready to be accessed. And the best part about it, I've got all of my tools that are on mobile bases to a point now where I can move them around when I need to. Even though it is a fairly large shop, you know, when you need some extra space, you got to be able to move things around. So I've got it to where some of those tools can be moved over into this corner, but yet quickly moved out when I need to access things like the dust collector bin that's over in the corner. I can access the front of both band saws now. I've got both of them set up on that wall, which is, I guess, the kind of the south west wall of the workshop. Got my Wood Whisperer tool cabinet over here where I can access it, as well as all of my drawers are accessible now. So, oh man, I'm really loving it. Loving having an opportunity to get back out here in the workshop and get started on this workbench. So that is really my goal right now, is to make as much progress on the workbench as I can. If you follow me on Instagram, you may have noticed I posted a video yesterday, or a picture of the new chop saw that Evolution Power Tools sent me. They actually sent me that a while back, and I've just now been able to get to unboxing it. And so I'm hoping that in the near future, once I get a little bit more progress done on the Workbench, that I'm able to spend some time kind of getting familiar with that saw, as well as busting out my Harbor Freight wire feed welder that I bought, let's see, 3 years ago, and have not had an opportunity to use. I really would like to get into metalworking and welding and incorporating some amount of metalworking into my woodworking projects, and so that's the goal. And so I'm really excited about the opportunity to try out this Rage 3 chop saw, which its claim to fame is that it also cuts metal, and not just thin metal, it cuts some really thick stuff as well. They sent me a care package of all sorts of things to try out, including some 3/8 inch I-beam, some steel I-beam, some square tubing, just a number of things, some angle iron, and so pretty impressive. You may have seen some videos posted out there on YouTube and Instagram, some folks getting this. So thank you so much to Evolution Power Tools for loving on the online community and sending out these products to try out. I'm sure if they are everything that we hope that they are, you will definitely receive the benefit of folks going out and purchasing that product. So other than that, that's pretty much what I've been up to. I've been out here cleaning, spring cleaning in the summer, and despite what you may think, even though I have a mini split unit hanging up above my window, it still gets really hot in here when I'm pushing these bench tops through the planer. I'm not sure how much these things weigh, but wow, they are pretty heavy, and I can definitely break a sweat when I'm pushing them around. And so yeah, thankfully I have two of these roller stand assemblies, and I was able to set them up in front of the planer, and so I got pretty good in-feed support for the planer, and of course the assembly table as my out-feed support. So gonna take a chance here and see if I can't pan around and let you see some of what the workshop is looking like. So let's see how this works out. So this is the screen that you're normally used to seeing, and if you look just to my right, your left, there is the cabinets that I brought over from my last shop, and the countertop. The plan for this was to be able to access some smaller hand tools, both in that Kaizen wall frame there that I put on the back. That's Kaizen foam from FastCap. And of course these counters and these drawers here are all full of various tools, and the hope was that could be my editing station as well as my CNC computer, if I can ever manage to get the CNC computer working, or the CNC working rather. Of course there's my lumber rack over there on that wall. Now if I pan around in this direction, over in this corner, of course I have my dust collection up on the wall. That is the Harbor Freight dust collector. And then I've got all of my mobile based tools as well there. Over on that back wall, that is my hand tool cabinet. That's the Wood Whisperer design, and you can see that that countertop is also accessible. Then my two Powermatic bandsaws, the 14-inch bandsaw on the left and the 24-inch one on the right. And then here in the foreground is my DeWalt planer with recently upgraded Sheelix cutter head, and this is the ghetto style stand that I was talking about that I have it on. Over there, put some new casters on that cart that the power sander came on from Daryl Jones, and got my Rage 3 metal cutting, everything cutting chop saw set up on it currently. And these are the 4 bench tops that I've been recently running through the planer, and yes, those things are heavy. So yeah, that's about all I got for you today. looking forward to getting out here more in the workshop, getting going on these workbench builds. As you know, both Mike Walls and I are building a workbench. I decided to go ahead and get moving on them. Hopefully Mike will be able to join me back in the shop here real soon. And yeah, I'll keep you posted on the progress so far. So thanks again for joining me. Hope you guys have a great day.